I've always wanted to be a teacher. My mom says I used to put the kids on the front porch and play school and use up all our paper and pencils before school started. And I've always felt like there was something I could teach someone, like there was more of me to offer than not being in the classroom. I always felt like I belonged in the classroom.
I became a teacher because that's where my heart is. I became an educator because I wanted to show students that this is where you could be. This is someone that you can look up to, and you can achieve anything that you want to.
As a former principal and a forever educator, I started in the classroom. My mental health and wellness was important. As a leader, I understood that in order for us to really have the learning conditions that are necessary for students to thrive, we have to pour into our educator.
The word stress or mental health is often stigmatized so much until we don't bring it up.
I feel guilty because if I don't go to work, I know some things are not going to get done, and I kind of put my mental health a little bit to the back when it comes to work because I want to be there for the kids. I want to be there to do my job. So I don't think I've taken a mental health day in ages.
Teacher burnout is real. And if you're coming to school to service these students and you're not okay, how do you think that will show up in the children that you're trying to educate?
We have about 200 students there. In terms of resources for students, that's what we have for the students, the social worker and the counselor. But in terms for the educators, we don't have many resources outside of us going to ask the counselor or the social worker for resources.
There are no supports now that I'm aware of at our school. Basically, if you're struggling, like so many people do, you either just hide it or you go on your own to find your own help.
Every day can't be an emergency. Because when every day is an emergency, it's almost impossible to make any progress.
I think an educator has to wear many hats. And wearing those hats, you would need resources not only to be able to sustain for yourself, but also for your students. There's no way that I can go into the classroom and give 100% if I'm not 100% myself.
It comes in waves, I think, for a lot of teachers. I think sometimes it's a rough month, sometimes it's a rough year.
I had to work through a loss of a suicide loss for my husband. 6 days before school ended, 6 days before my child turned 6 years old, 6 days before her kindergarten graduation. And I had to continue to be present. I was fortunate enough that it was right before summer break. But when I did go back, I put myself into my work where I dedicated everything to just being there. But I wish that there was more supports available for those families and those people that do go through this. And I couldn't stop, I just had to continue to keep going. And that's what I've continued to do for myself and for my family.
If more teachers are aware of how they can take care of themselves, they can better take care of their students. It's just like on every flight, you're instructed to make sure that you put on your own mask first. You can't help anyone when you're out of empathy. Your compassion is drained.
I had a young lady that was in my classroom, and she and I were close. The young lady was going through so many things at home that I was not privy to before the incident happened. And we were passing out our progress reports. This young lady is bottling up so much anger inside of her. And I was the first person there, and she lashed out on me. She was not equipped with the emotional tools that she needed to handle what she was feeling in that moment. And it was not the fact that I was called out of my name. I felt emotionally attacked in the midst of being stressed and overburdened at work. I felt like there was no one there to support me in that moment.
I think it's extreme because we go to work, a lot of the times we're smiling and we're happy, and that's what the kids see. What the kids don't see, what the parents don't see, is what happens afterwards when we leave. And there should be somewhere for us to be comfortable, to feel that way, so that we can continue to do what we want to do, what we love to do, and is be there for our kids. And if we don't have that safe space, then I feel like we're going to have less teachers wanting to come to work.
At my previous school, we lost several teachers to stress and other things that were going on in their lives. Several took leaves and then didn't come back, or the leave was near the end of the school year and they made it through the last few weeks and they weren't there for 0 week the next school year.
My own daughter has had no less than 3 teachers this school year in one subject matter, and her grades are suffering because of that. And she comes home with complaints about not being able to ask questions because she just doesn't know who she's standing in front of. And that teacher turnover, that burnout, is because our educators are not okay. And so to me, that's the core message, that if the adults are not okay, the kids are not okay.
I'm passionate about teaching. I think one thing that the district needs to understand is the severity of teachers and their mental health. If you do not make sure that teachers are okay, there's no way that CPS will be sustainable. There's no way that any school, any network, any district, any state will be sustainable if every day feels like, oh, another day. I'm tired, the kids are tired, the whole school is tired, it's draining.
Teaching is not just about teaching, but it is an emotional job. Carrying that emotional weight and dealing with other things outside of the school system, it's heavy. When you push things down for so long, what ends up happening?
This is not crisis management. We are needing to have proactive measures on a consistent basis that is at a system level so that we can see the change and be able to see that across the city. This isn't just an issue that our educators have elevated. This is an equity charge. Every student in every classroom across the city deserves to have a thriving environment, period.
My word is consistency. So whereas there were policies in place to support new teachers, new teacher mentors, etc., I think that there should be an ongoing process, as well as opportunity for teachers to speak up and say, hey, well, this is what I need, or this is what I have a question about, and letting that be in place every school year, not just started off as a pilot program and then, oh, we're going to abandon this and move on to something else. Consistency is key. Knowledge is important, and community is everything.
We understand that without the mental health and wellness supports for our educators, then we are not going to actualize what's necessary for our students. Many times we have reports that show where student proficiency is across the city and across the district. And we're looking at ways that we can improve the academic environment. I want to know that the people who are coaching my children, who are guiding them through difficult physical changes, emotional changes, are thriving emotionally themselves. Our kids are counting on these people to get them through like the forging of new friendships, the dissolving of friendships, difficult moments. And they need to be people who my children can be vulnerable around and feel safe.
It moves way past just mental health in the moment. It's literally investing in the future, not only for your teachers so it's sustainable, but also for your students. When this resolution passes,
It will prioritize educator mental health, but also look at 3 specific things. We'll be able to develop a framework for educator mental health that leads to student outcomes. Establish sustainable structures at the school level that create pathways and learning for our educators. And then promote accountability and transparency across the district, utilizing the existing data sources that we already have to be able to look at trends, retention trends, workforce development trends, look at student chronic absenteeism rates, and be able to connect our prioritization of mental health and wellness to increase student outcomes. We'll be able to bring in multiple stakeholders across the city of Chicago who are deeply committed to students.
I think once they get a real picture of what teachers are going through, it will be easier to say we need A, B, C, D versus hypothetically speaking on what is needed, because not every kid needs the same thing. Not every teacher needs the same thing.
Chicago has the ability to create the model of what this looks like when we are saying that we see you, we understand your needs, and in order for you to be the amazing educators that show up for kids every single day, we are going to pour into you resources, learning, training, and even more stability in the workforce to ensure that our students get what they deserve each and every day in the classroom.
I also value being a member of E4E because E4E not only gives teachers a voice, E4E also fight for policy change, and mental health and wellness was at the top of that list. I'm hoping for wholeness and wellness. I want to be okay so my students can be okay.